Hey, what's up guys, aarava here, and welcome back to a brand new video here today, and let's finally talk about that god-awful F1 23 reveal yesterday, because I didn't bother making a video on it yesterday, because I was so annoyed at what we got. I knew it wasn't going to be a trailer, because the way they worded it did not mention the word trailer, it just said the reveal begins, but I still thought we would get like an article, or a photo, a screenshot, or, you know, with some text, maybe with a release date, or just something about new features, but no, we didn't get any of that. We did kind of get that. We got a photo of the cover with the words F1 23 on it, and Champions Edition for Max Verstappen's brand new cover, because he's a EA Sports ambassador now. The normal cover, kind of, you know, center and front Charles Leclerc, who is still affiliated with EA and the F1 game as well, and both those drivers also posted some videos on their separate social media platforms, you know, and there's a few little snippets of our first look at the F1 23 game, actual in-engine gameplay. So in case you haven't seen those, you don't follow Max or Charles on social media, or you just didn't catch it, let's run the tape, watch the videos, and then we can over-analyze and go in-depth into them, because that's all we've got at the moment.
So today we are meeting again with my friends from EA for the Formula 1 game here in Monaco. Good to be back home. It feels really special again to be undercover. I was younger, I was playing the video game and dreaming of being one day in that game, and now I'm undercover. EA Sports, F1 23, be the last to break.
So we're shooting here the cover of the EA Sports F1 23 game. To be on the cover is of course an amazing opportunity, and yeah, something I'm of course very proud of. EA Sports F1 23. Be the last to break.
So those were the little promo videos for the covers that Leclerc and Verstappen posted. We're now looking at the first frame of interest from the Leclerc video, and this is our first look and confirmation officially now, really, I guess, that this is the brand new My Team FOM chassis, and the new nose. Gone is that ugly wide nose from last year's game. Obviously we saw those photos when, you know, the F1 23 game had a splash page and a little teaser March 1st. I still wasn't fully convinced. You know, I was a little bit worried that maybe, oh, that's going to be the wool over eyes, but now this fully confirms that this is going to be, thank God, the brand new generic FOM car for F1 23. So this is the one we'll be using in My Team career mode, which looks a lot better. The nose cone, especially the thin nose, but even the side pod area, very much like a generic Alpine kind of version of a 23 side pod with a downwash swoop side pods. We get another shot of it later on in the video as well from a different angle, and of course with the other shot also on board of Leclerc going into Ascari, we see for the first time a little bit of an onboard in the in-game engine for F1 23. It is still the Ego engine from the last game, but things have changed slightly with the lighting, I feel, because if we go to the Verstappen video now, definitely in the cutscene at least, for when your driver wins and celebrates, the lighting and the contrast and the colouring, definitely in the colour grading, definitely looks a bit different to F1 22, so I think that's maybe the only major difference we're going to see though in terms of graphics. It's the same engine, we're still having the game coming out on PS4 and Xbox One, the last generation, so there was never going to be a massive leap graphically until they ditched that last generation and changed the engine up, because the Ego engine has its limitations. But they're trying at least to maybe make it a bit more realistic to real life, because although F1 22, I've always said, you know, the F1 games as they go on do get better looking as they go on, but F1 22 and the last couple of games always had that tinge of, there was just that layer that made it look a little cartoony. I think they've they've tried their best to maybe make it a bit more realistic in terms of the actual sunlight hitting the track and the car, but that's all I can glean from that. But there is one last thing I can glean from the onboard of Leclerc, and it looks like that is the steering wheel display dash, not the heads-up display quite, but the actual dashboard itself is vastly different to what we've had in the past, like 3-4 F1 games. It's been the very, very same layout, so they've changed that up. It looks a bit more actually kind of like one of the default settings that I have on my personal Thrustmaster wheel, so I think maybe that's kind of mimicking what they actually have in real life, where we have red, yellow, green on the from left, right, left, middle, and right, and then the rest of it's a little bit smaller detailing on the left and right, and the actual gear itself is a little bit larger, so that is slightly different from F1 22, so that's something different I can already glean from that. But that is, you know, really it. But I wanted to make this video to also just express my frustration at what that reveal was yesterday. Frustrated me so much that I didn't bother making a video for it, because I was actually quite vexed at what we got, because I thought we were going to get at least something. I knew it wasn't going to be a trailer, but I thought just a little bit of info, you know, a bit of, you know, what's to come, basically, what to expect in the reveal Wednesday, or whatever like that. But no, just a cover. And it's just a very odd way to create hype, you know. It would have made a lot more sense to do the full reveal trailer first, then you do like little, like, you know, like the game cover or whatever, then you might do like in-depth look at the breaking point, story mode, sequel, team, and whatever like that. And quite rightly so, a lot of the public are annoyed at that. You know, I looked at the premiere for the reveal, and on the right hand side of the YouTube chat, when it first went live, literally for about 10 minutes straight, just L's in chat all the way. A lot of people frustrated on social media as well, you know, even fellow creators like, you know, Ben, he started a stream on Twitch just for that reveal, so I'm so glad I wasn't in terms of doing a whole stream for that. I was just sat there ready to make a video at 4 o'clock yesterday, and just got disappointed in that way. But he was live and had to share his disappointment to his chat and whatever. But yeah, it just showed how much they maybe misjudged what people were reading into it, or they needed to not bait it out as much and really spell it out that it wasn't going to be anything useful. Because a cover art, no, if you've not seen gameplay, if you've not seen anything from the game, cover art is the last thing I want to see. That does not get me excited whatsoever. Once we've seen a bit of the game, then a juicy cover art, perfect timing. But right now, it just made even me, that I knew there wasn't going to be a trailer. I knew it, but I still got annoyed because there was nothing. Like, a cover art is nothing. I would have rather have had a wall of text that just gave us a bit of info, but we didn't even get that. That would have been useful. A cover art is not useful. So, yeah, I mean, there was a little tiny tease in these videos that Leclerc and Verstappen put out, but that was it, basically. Just those little snippets where you get a little bit of the F1 23 game in engine, and that's it. So it means now, tomorrow, honestly, they need to come out swinging. This better be a trailer that knocks my socks off. I'm talking like, you know, when we all first saw the announcement trailer for F1 2021 and the announced breaking point or story mode, and it was really cinematic, really built the hype. They need that, plus actual in-game gameplay, some shots of the cars, someone telling us what My Team features might be there that are going to be additional, and what the new features will be there. We need F1 2021's announcement video plus extra info, because they've dropped the ball so much of, you know, building us up for this hype, only just to let us down with a teaser of a teaser last week, then the teaser, and then a reveal of the reveal on Monday, and then the reveal on Wednesday. I still have some hopes, because obviously the fact we have story mode anyway is going to be exciting, but I really want to see My Team features announced, you know, other details that are just going to make all of us interested in why this game is going to be so much better than such a lackluster F1 22. You know, we've come off such a poor game cycle, one of the poorest ones in the last couple of years, and they need to be batting 100 every single time. So yeah, that's where I'm going to leave it today, because there's literally nothing else to tell you guys about F1 23 until tomorrow's official launch with the trailer and the reveal, basically, which we'll hopefully finally know now the release date, you know, actual features, you know, what's going to be on with the story mode. But I wanted to come on and show you at least a little bit of stuff we did get from Max and Charles's videos, because some, you know, might be of interest. I mean, we've had nothing so far, so anything is something at least, basically. And then also I just wanted to give my honest opinion and put it out into the public domain to be known that at the moment this reveal process is not going that great, and tomorrow needs to be a big whammy, really does, and I hope it is. I hope so, but we shall see. We all shall see. But till then, guys, hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye.